Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Raju sir for sparing his valuable time for such an important topic and on which he is working at the national level along with Sahasrabuddhe sir, the chairman of AICTE. All of you are aware that he is basically an MTech and from IIT Delhi, and he's doing great job with great contribution in implementing the national policy successfully. So, sir, on behalf of Suryatta Group of Institutes and ASMA, I welcome you for today's panel discussion. Thank you so much for joining with us. All the very best.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay. First of all, I'm very sorry. I could not join on time. I was in another meeting that was going on with secretary and other officers of the ministry in regard of the implementation of the national education policy. Okay. So anyhow, first of all, I thank the organizers of this webinar, important webinar, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share my views on this important future of jobs next decade. Very, very relevant and important topic. And as far as national education policy is concerned, that policy talks about various things which is relevant to this important topic of the webinar. So what I will share in today's talk, what we are doing at AICTE level to create human resource as far as the aspiration of the future job skills and the industry. So just in brief, I would like to tell that 2 years back, we prepared a prospective plan of the technical education where the committee identified the thrust areas, future areas, and we requested the committee to prepare a long-term prospective plan of the technical education. And committee comprising all the industrial bodies and headed by the Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy, who is the chairman of the IIT Hyderabad also, they gave their recommendation that giving a long-term of perspective plan at this stage will not be appropriate. So because the technologies are changing so fast, so it will not be appropriate to give a long-term perspective plan of the technical education. So the committee submitted the medium and short-term perspective plan of the technical education. You all know these are they identified future jobs and they identified the future skills, and they gave recommendation that these 9 skills they identified, and they are going to be the medium and short-term perspective skills in the country or in the world. And these all skills, they are AI, IoT, robotics, or augmented reality, virtual reality, data sciences, robotics, 3D printing, and quantum computing, and many more. So these 9 areas they identified. But from AICTE or as a regulator, we immediately accepted the recommendation of the prospective plan committee, and the immediate target to start courses in these job-oriented or futuristic skills. That was the immediate task of the AICTE. Now we immediately stopped giving approvals to the new colleges in traditional areas. That was the first thing we started, and we gave the approvals only in the thrust areas. These are the 9 areas they were identified. Then many more areas in many more disciplines were given by another experts. So we added all these areas. So all these thrust areas we are giving approval presently. Now the immediate task for us giving approval was not so difficult, and in thrust areas, who will teach all such skills? So we have to integrate industry and the academia, and we have to train our faculty for these future skills. So immediately we started faculty training in terms of our Atal academies, and then we started offline programs, offline training programs in these future skills. But training all these 6 lakhs faculty members in offline mode, that was, I think that was not a easy job. And this pandemic, that pandemic gave us this opportunity that we immediately shifted to the online mode. Previously, in first 5 to 6 months, we could train only 3,000 or 4,000 odd teachers. But when this pandemic started, we immediately shifted to online virtual mode, and we were apprehensive of the outcome of this online courses, which we started in the this online mode. But the outcome of this online courses, they were tremendous. We took the feedback of the faculty members where there was a problem. We rectified that problem. We took the measures. So very cautiously, we implemented these online programs. And last year, we conducted around 1,000 faculty development programs in thrust areas. And the important part was that these programs, they were conducted by the reputed institute, whether they are IITs, NITs, universities, and coordination with the industry. So industry input was there in all these faculty development programs, and the faculty shared, and so not only faculty shared their ideas, faculty people also attended these faculty development programs being conducted by various important institute of national and international importance. And many resource person, because they were in offline mode, they from international experts, they could also participate in this faculty development program. And we trained 150,000 faculty members. And that was the great job done by our AICT team in terms of the Atal Academy, AICT Faculty Training and Learning Academy. Then immediately we are now conducting 1,500. Now we have expanded our horizon. We have now included almost all areas. Previously, most of the areas, they were in the computer science domain. Now, in all other disciplines, we have identified the thrust areas, and all these thrust areas, they are included in our faculty development programs. And these faculty development programs are presently going on, and our faculty is taking advantage of these faculty. And another important point, that was the internship to the student. Industry was saying that our students, they are lacking in the hands-on part. So we make internship as the integral part of the curriculum, but again there was a problem. Where will they get the internship? That was not an easy thing. So we coordinated with industries, we coordinated with industrial bodies, we created a portal. Now there are ample opportunities, internship opportunities, they are available on AICT portal. And not only industry, but our ministries, various ministries, they are also coming forward, and they are providing internship to the students in government functioning. So that is very, very important, whether it is railway or it is NHAI or in daily work of the ministries in taking policy decisions. Interns are being hired through our portal. And this is a movement where our youth is being made a part of policy decision making in the ministry also. So this is a start. And they also come to know how ministries are functioning. They can give there are some fresh ideas to improve the things at the ministry level. Here in AICT, we have more than 50 to 60 interns. We are a small organization having 300 and 400 employees, including all categories, right from the top to bottom, but we have 50 to 60 interns. So our interns, they are helping in almost all areas, and we are giving them exposure. They are suggesting us some of the ideas we are getting from our interns, because they are the students of the colleges where the improvement is required. They are suggesting us, and we are getting the actual information where the intervention is required from these interns also. So this is how we are functioning. Also, because technologies and things are changing very rapidly, although we have come out with the model curriculum, but we have not restricted our institutions and universities to follow this model curriculum. We are calling it a model curriculum. They have to tweak it as per the requirement of the area, as per the expertise available in the college. All this freedom is given to our institution. Not only that, we are also coming out with this ABC, Academic Bank of Credit and Multidisciplinary Culture, which has been given in this national education policy. All such type of freedom has been given to our institutes, and they are those forward-looking institutes, those who have autonomous status or the forward-looking universities, they are taking benefit. They are allowing their students to switch over this MOOCs courses or multidisciplinary courses. They are helping, they are providing to our students. They are counting their credits. All sort of freedom is available with our universities, with our autonomous institutions. But the only thing is that how they take advantage of all such autonomies. Because autonomy always comes with responsibility. If we are ready to take the responsibility, then it is a very grateful thing. Otherwise, it can be disastrous also. So it is the responsibility of our universities and the autonomous institution to take advantage. How they count the credits. Now the credit count is also permissible in new education policy. So they have to take the dynamic decisions. They should have the bodies, academic bodies, which are very dynamic in taking this decision. Suppose a student comes with some credit from some other university, whether these credits they will be counted in second university or not, that decision is to be taken by the academic body of that university. So if we are delaying such decision even for a week or 10 days, then the purpose of this policy or credit transfer is defeated. So we have to have very dynamic bodies in our academic institutions. So all institutions, they have now important responsibility. Now they are not universities, they need not to ask each and every time to AICTE or UGC, they are permissible. If they will ask each and everything, sir, suppose I will give you an example. I was sitting in a meeting with some secretaries, senior secretaries of the Government of India, they were sitting. People were saying that, sir, this file is pending, we have asked how to proceed in that direction. The immediate reply of the secretary was that, if you will ask me that how to take this first step, then we will ask you how you took the last step. That will be our answer. So we should take the first step, then we should take second step, and we should create the paths, not for ours, but all others also. With all these words, once again, I thank organizers for inviting me for this important webinar. Next time we will, hopefully, pandemic will, now it is easing out, we will meet in offline mode, face-to-face mode, and we will deliberate more on these issues. Thank you very much. Namaskar.